Franco Colapinto misses out on a golden opportunity to score some points in the 2025 Canadian Grand Prix and finally earn the respect of Flavio Briatore to secure his seat in Formula 1 in Alpine. All of that went out of the window. It was actually looking pretty good for Franco Colapinto from the start of the weekend because he qualified P12 on merit, which is pretty amazing. And after Isaac Hadjar's 3-place grid penalty for impeding Carlos Sainz in Q1 and the unfair 10-place grid penalty for Yuki Tsunoda because of a red flag infringement in the third practice session, Franco would start the race P10 on the grid. And look, if you look behind him, there are a few good drivers, but these cars are not particularly fast, and if Franco just did his good old-fashioned elbows out defensive driving, then he can keep these guys behind. So it was basically a situation of don't fuck up the race start and just hold position. And another positive thing that Franco had going on for him was that Pierre Gasly was starting dead last. He was starting from the pit lane because of parc fermé violations. So everything was looking positive for Franco. Pierre was not about to steal some wind out of his sail, and he was on his way to show how brilliant he is in this Alpine. And all of the things went undone as the race began. So the race begins, he gets a good start. He has an aggressive move against Alexander Albon, pushes him wide. Then Albon rejoins the racetrack in a semi-dangerous manner. This affects the momentum of Franco Colapinto, and Nico Hülkenberg, being the more experienced driver of all three of them, he sees this happen in front of him and he capitalizes on it and he overtakes the pair of them. And then the race kind of started to go away from him. He started losing some positions. Then the pit stop was slow. Then when he came out of the pits, he was stuck behind a DRS train. There is really nothing much he could do. And he finished the race P13, which is absolutely horrible, especially when you start P10 and there are not that many fast cars behind you and there are not a lot of overtaking opportunities in Canada. I mean, Canada is not disgusting like Monaco in terms of racing and overtaking opportunities, but still defense is possible if you play your cards right, if you kind of just get your elbows out. The problem with Franco is not Franco. I mean, obviously he could have managed the Alexander Albon overtake a little bit well, but the biggest mistake that he had was the tire strategy. So if you look at the available tires, Franco Colapinto had 2 new white tires, the hard ones, and a couple of used soft tires. So the new hard tires should have been on his car at the beginning of the race. Instead, they fitted him with the used medium tires. And this kind of like fucked him a little bit because these tires went away very quickly. It forced him to go to a very early pit stop. The pit stop in itself was slow. I think it was like 1 second slower than normal ones. And when he came out of the pit, he was stuck behind Gabriel Bortoleto, who started the race on hards, and his hards definitely had a little bit of life in them, enough life to keep Franco Colapinto behind. And the critical thing to notice here is that if Gabriel Bortoleto with comparatively used hard tires in a Sauber can keep Franco Colapinto with fresh tires behind him, then Franco could have defended against all these guys behind him, Nico, Isaac and Oliver, if he started on the right strategy. So while it looks like Franco Colapinto has let go of a golden opportunity, and he did, these type of opportunities are not going to come every day, especially because the second seat in Alpine is kind of like a revolving door. We know how amazing Flavio Briatore is and the atmosphere in Alpine team is. There's a lot of finger pointing and blaming going on, so these type of opportunities are rare. This car is shit. There is not a lot of performance you can extract out of it, and let's see how many more race weekends he lasts with the team. The upcoming Grand Prix is Austria. Let's see what he can do. Austria is a good track. It's a racing driver's track. There is a lot of overtaking opportunities. So if there are faster cars behind him on good strategies, let's say the Racing Bull of Isaac Hadjar or even Oliver Behrman, because that guy's a motherfucker to deal with, it's gonna be problematic for Franco Colapinto even if he qualifies well. So qualifying is extremely important. This was a golden opportunity that he let go. Not really his fault because the team fucked him with the strategy. hopefully in Austria they're not going to repeat the same mistake. So thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.